Welcome to Salt Lake City, where the mighty Utah student section is ready to turn this place into a cauldron of noise. Rice-Eccles Stadium, home to the Utah Utes. And the Hawkeyes will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Utah Utes offense takes the field to start this game off. And here he comes, just jogging onto the field. But what's going fast, the heart rates of everybody in this crowd, Jesse.
Well, this is a special player. All eyes in the stadium on this guy. And David, you know the defense, they're going to have to find a way to try to slow this guy down.
And he's going to touch it every single play. He'll be the main focal point. Can he handle the pressure?
Can anyone catch him? He's inside the 40, running inside the 20. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Utes!
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. So the Iowa Hawkeyes offense will go to work for the first time today. These two dudes who both come off the edge can wreck an offensive stage, Jesse.
Man, these quarterbacks better have an internal clock working today. If you hold on to the football, you are getting sacked.
The best athletes on the...
The ball squirts free. Oh, and he's able to get it back. Good thing for him. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. A quarterback sneak on second down. The only thing I can think of is he thought he'd catch them napping. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down. The Hawkeyes send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Looking for a block. It's Garrison. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Line gets set, first down. They'll give it to the back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. And they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Gets it inside the 30, down to the 27, a pickup of 6.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle. Physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the fourth quarter.
Moving away from pressure. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
If you don't convert on this fourth down, there will be questions about passing on the field goal try. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. The offense set for a first down play. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Quickly to the tight end. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form time.
And the Hawkeyes want to pick up the tempo. Unloads quickly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The offense in hurry up mode. On second down, they'll take to the air. And that pass is intercepted. Bringing it back. He's at the 30. The 10. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Utah! He'll try to tack on one more. Point pushes the lead to 14. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. And he passes on the touchback. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep, not able to connect there.
On third down, he drops to throw. Oh, he just flat dropped it. He had the ball and didn't look it all the way in, and it'll be fourth down. The Hawkeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on those scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball this drive.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, 3rd down, 4th down. I like them being aggressive. They just got to do a better job executing.
Yeah, and they kind of know what the defense gave them last time. So let's be more aggressive and take advantage of that defense on this drive.
The delay of game pushes the offense back. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Delay of game. Offense.
There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on 1st down finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points, but they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
The delay of game pushes the offense back. Utah has it back and the offense coming onto the field. Looking for a productive play on first down.
Delay of game. Offense.
A delay of game penalty, just a mistake that you can't have happen at this point of the game and this part of the field. Offense set on first down. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Dumps it off in the flats. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Early in the game, as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Utes will call on their punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Makes his connection. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. And the Hawkeyes in the hurry-up. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll run play action. Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got an open man. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Hawkeyes are on the move. From the gun, the ground game. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa! Ready to try the point after.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Arizona State dazzled in just about every phase of the game. And for a program that's turned out elite quarterbacks from Jake Plummer to Brock Osweiler, I think we may have seen the next great one emerge. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. He'll do it himself. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Utah has the lead here. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They go to the ground. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Strikes the blow. On the move at the 30. Touchdown, Utes! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, shows you a little bit of vision, shows you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown run.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with an explosive in the running game, a 59-yard touchdown run. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop.
And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
That is how you start a drive. Meet the physical challenge on first down. Rush the quarterback, get the sack on second down, and now put him in a 3rd and long situation. Nice job by this defense.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He'll pull it down and run. Trying to get the first with the shovel pass. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Hawkeyes will punt it away on 4th down. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job game tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. And the Utes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Wade. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. The Utes have this offense rolling. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They're going to throw it again. Now improvising. It's a fumble on the play. And the defense has it. They're going the other way. Everything broke down. The quarterback tried to bail them out, but he ended up making things worse when he fumbled.
Yeah, I like the quarterback and his athleticism, extending the play and at least giving himself a chance. But you got to finish. You still have to do a good job taking care of the football. That's priority number 1. He wasn't able to do that.
That's a way to get some breathing room. He's got 5 out to the 9-yard line. There's no getting around the fact that they have really scuffled in the first half of SEC play, and now the task is to try to turn it around.
Well, and a lot of times it requires shifting your goals, and this is not how you want it to start, but how can we win this week and take advantage of every opportunity we get, Jesse? So it hasn't been ideal, but there's still some talent, and you can still salvage some wins on the schedule.
Yeah, it's all about finishing the season strong, right? I think this team believes that in this last week, they were able to sort of reset their focus on doing exactly that. They believe they have the horses in the locker room to win games like this. This could be the momentum shift they need.
Fires to the wideout. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Pocket starts to collapse. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. Sixth play of the drive coming up. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Fires to the big fella. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Short gain on the play before he slides.
These are the plays that don't show up in the stat books, right? Like, great job. Look at him. He does an awesome job. Instead of taking the sack, clearly wanted to throw the football, scrambles around, gets some positive yards. It doesn't go down as a huge gain, but these are the plays that get you W's.
They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Takes a snap, wants to throw. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And anytime you hit the quarterback, man, you make him think, you speed up the processor a little bit, and that's the 3rd on the day. This is a unit, actually, that does a good job of that. They're in the top 25 in the country at getting the quarterback on the ground.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Hawkeye!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. Trying to make magic with his feet. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit. And the Utes want to crank the tempo. To the air on 1st down. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Feeling some heat. And it's caught! Touchdown, Utah! Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And it'll come. No attempt at a return. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. He's going to pass. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. He can haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first two quarters today from there in Salt Lake City. And we've got to start our halftime breakdown with this superstar running back. His elusiveness, his raw power. This young man is the total package. And his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield is a differentiator. A lot of guys can hit the hole. This kid can hit the hole and hit the home run in the passing game. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Utes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one. They're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Timeout. The defense, it's their first of the half. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Handoff to the single back. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. The Hawkeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. They're getting this guy lathered up. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. The give to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. And the Hawkeyes will send out the punt unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Slip through the line, and the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Give to the running back. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk.
He's got it! And to the end zone. Touchdown, Utes! They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Georgia Southern is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to James Madison. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. Oh, picked off. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Utah! a touchdown, and he returned for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse. Reels it in down the left side. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. Get a big play like that last one, you flip the field, you change the momentum. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 38. Open space at the 25. And you'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Iowa! And a huge... Back for 6.
Still have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy. He makes a big play. Yes, please.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
21.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense. Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll leave it with him. Knocked down. And it's a 5-yard gain and enough to move the chains. And the Utes are marching down the field. Power football with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Utah has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. First down to start the drive after the break. They'll put the tight end in motion. The give to the back. Finally stopped at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 6. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. He's right on target. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
Hey, I'll tell you what, that slot receiver, he may not be the biggest receiver in the world, but he is shifty, and he runs really good routes. You saw it on that play.
The Utes have it with a 1st and 10. The running back has it. Works his way ahead for about 3. It's down at the 8. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Leaves it with the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
3rd and long, and they'll need to get it close to the goal line to convert. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. Splits the uprights, it's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Line gets set, first down. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Fires downfield. Got his man. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Quickly out to the tight end. Almost immediately, short gain there. Still a little ground covered, pick up the first. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. A productive play is one that gets you at least halfway to another first down here on 1st and 10. Working the middle, it's complete. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. When we talk to coaches, David, a lot of times we zone out when they say we got to get the ball in the hands of playmakers, except when they get the ball in the hands of playmakers.
And, Reese, I think that's smart, right? Like, get your best players the football and get them to him fast. Let them do the rest of the work. You can see he gets the football. He can make somebody miss, make those big plays. You've got to highlight those playmakers.
This offense has a 2nd down play. He'll just keep slinging it. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. They'll need to get this one to the 31 here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. It's 4th down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the catch past the sticks. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. On 1st down from the 13-yard line. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Just couldn't quite stay in bounds while making that grab. It's incomplete. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. He's looking to throw. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Hawkeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop it.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Finds a crease at the 20. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal?
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they are flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
I'll tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
A touchdown here on 3rd and goal really ratchets up the game pressure. Touchdown, Utes! And the punishment has been extended. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
Returner will field it, and he loses the ball deep in his own end. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Fires on the move. Oh, and he ruins the big gator with a fumble. And the defense got it.
Well, it's a nice job by him making the catch, but guys, you got to secure the ball and put it away. The play's not over. Give the defender credit for knocking it loose, and the defense jumps on it.
On the option. And the runner is down, and so is a flag.
Hold it. Offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Looking for a productive play on first down. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Grabbed behind the line. It's Dalton. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today. And this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch again.
Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. The give to the tailback. Smashes through. He just never got started going forward. A huge loss of 8 on the play. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offenses have just boomed in college football. So good, so many ways to hurt you, and you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And, man, we saw that here today.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, Dave Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.